These two glazes are the same color of glaze. However, one is over, so I've got a buff clay here with no underglaze, and this one is it's a reclaimed clay. It's a little darker than the buff, but it has neon blue or bright blue. It's got this color of underglaze underneath it. And so these are the same glaze, top glaze color. This one has a little more blue, kind of a turquoisey color, and this one has a little more opalescent. This one just by itself has this beautiful opalescent I hope you can see that on the camera, because you've got some purples and blues in that are mixed in here. It's really opal looking, beautiful. Okay, here's some that's kind of darker. It's a very shiny glaze, and so it's hard to get that to show up. Anyway, that Christmas tree turned out quite well. And that's 3 coats of that on there, and it didn't tend to run, so I was very happy about that. I was not going to be happy if my tree ran. My kiln probably overfired about 5 minutes, or excuse me, about 15 minutes and 5 degrees. And so I got more running on some of this than I would like to have had, and it probably happened in those last few minutes. A couple of problems. The overfiring caused it to run more than it would have normally, I believe. And I used runny glazes. This is Indigo Float and Arctic Blue. And so those are 2 fairly runny glazes, and so I had some problems with this lettering. The underglaze did not stay in the little depressions there. That dark blue, that's the underglaze, and it just decided to take off. Still, it's sellable. It's a cute little container, and it looks very nice. It's on spotted speckled clay, and it still came out quite well. Okay. This is another experiment. I'm just kind of playing with underglazes lately, just trying to jazz it up a little. This one had from the bottom to the top. It started out with a dusting of opulence white, and then I used 3 colors of underglaze. I had a yellow, a pink, and a kind of a aqua blue. And I just drizzled the underglazes all over it, and then used mountain mist. It's opulence mountain mist, and the opulence glaze, or the blue glaze, ran. The opulence mist is blue, and it ran, and it took all the underglaze with it. So I have this kind of marbled effect, which this is kind of an experiment, because this little teapot is cracked on the bottom. It has a little cosmetic crack. I can't sell it. It doesn't go all the way through, but I will probably just keep this. So I thought, what have I got to lose? And I experimented with this and found out what I wanted to know, and that is how those would mix if I put the underglaze on there rather thick. I mean, I just took the bottle and squirted it on there. I didn't brush it or anything. So it's possible to marble. Got some great runs in here. I like the effect. It's kind of like painting with it, and so I will probably do more of this and try to get more control of it, or something. We'll see how that goes. I'll show it to you in future videos. This is light chino, which is mostly what this color is, light Chino all over, then red gold in the interior, and then I put a little bit of indigo float around the edges, and it floated right down into that, which was great. And then I put a little bit of indigo float I allowed it to get over the edge, so it floated down out here. So that, and this, actually I think this is not speckled clay, but I think I grabbed hold of a couple of pieces for this handle that was speckled clay, and so that I got a little extra interest on that little handle there with all that texture. Here's that little scuttle that we did the underglaze with, and layered the underglaze and then put a clear glaze on top of it. Just tapped with a sponge, put the color there. So this is nothing but underglazed and clear on top of it. This is blue rutile with smoky merlot on top of it, and those are cute little snuffers. I don't have any candlesticks that go particularly with these, but I do have some more down at the end. I'll show you. So on this, this is a little spoon holder for the stovetop, and this is seafoam satin on the bottom. That's going to be this color around here, and desert sage on top of that. So I've got seafoam satin, desert sage, light aqua. That is the turquoisey color that you see right here, and that's an underglaze, and I just drizzled that in there. And then I drizzled some Chino cream. That white stuff you see is Chino cream just drizzled in. Just had seaweed with oatmeal on the rim originally. So to do it over, I put iron luster on it, and then I atomized smoky merlot, mostly from about the halfway mark to the top, and then put Chino cream just around the top edge. And this is Chino cream having flowed down, and this is Chino cream in the center here. It just kind of moves down. You can always depend on that to run. Okay, this one was also a do-over. This one had copper jade all over it, and it was ugly just by itself. So I put it back in the kiln with ancient jasper on both sides, and on the back I only put the ancient jasper down to this ridge right here. And then I put Chino cream on the edge, and it was pretty heavily placed on the edge so that it would run both sides, and it did. It went down both sides. This copper, the metallic look really shows through on there. There's some metallic look right there. I hope you can see that. And on the edges on this side, the metallic, it just looks like little flecks of copper or gold or some kind of metal. But it made a real pretty design on the inside there, the way it ran. It's kind of blue, and then it goes down into this creamy neutral kind of color. And in the center here, this is kind of a greenish color, but it looks like a geode in here, and you've got little specks of that copper metallic in here, and that's what makes it look like kind of a geode. It looks like a cross cut. I hope you can see that. And as you tilt that and the light hits it, it changes color. Okay, so there's that little baby. This is the one a lot of people wrote me comments asking about this bowl, because I made a video showing how to put the glaze on here with hairspray and so forth, and so at the end of the video I'd get comments asking me to see the bowl, and that was about the time that I was having trouble with my kiln and getting the new one placed and everything. So so here it is. This is it. This is the one that I had that oatmeal on there, and I kept having to use hairspray to make the oatmeal stick to it because it didn't want to, whether it was on raw clay or not. The oatmeal didn't want to stick because I had a bottle of really thick stuff. So this had oatmeal, and I used smoky merlot in the atomizer and put it all around here. You can see the reddish violet smoky merlot sort of ran down. Some of it is up in this area. Let's see if you're on camera. Some of it went up the sides or down the sides, and so you start having that smoky merlot up here somewhere, and it just drifts down to the middle. And then I also used the atomizer with some Chino cream on that. So that is this bowl. Now in the video I had this bowl sitting upside down, and in the original, on the original bowl, it was just terrible. It had some oatmeal on it and some light Chino, and I had frosted melon all the way around here, and it was just ugly. You could see the brush strokes on it and everything. But this is now, I'm happy with this bowl, and this is sellable the way it is now. So I've got some blue, and I'm sure that blue had to have come from the combination of the Chino cream and the oatmeal, because I can't explain that blue. I don't know how the blue got there, but I have had blue show up with oatmeal before. Slight Chino cream, quite a bit of smoky merlot on the atomizer, and oatmeal inside and out. And that's a beautiful bowl. And here's a little companion bowl. This little bowl goes with it. And this gold that's in here, that's just beautiful.